All right, so you're going to some sort of sporting event and you want to wear something that is going to make you stand out. You want to show people that you're not just any ordinary sports person fan. You want to show that you're a creative sports person fan. And I'm here to bring the creative to you because what I lack in sports knowledge, I definitely make up for in crafting knowledge. Personally, I'm making stuff for myself for the World Cup because that's my choice of sports ball. So a lot of the examples I'm going to use are going to be applied to soccer, but these techniques can be used for lots of other things. Baseball, football, hockey. What else is there? Basketball, curling, maybe. I don't know. Wherever there's a team and you want to say go team, that's all you need. It doesn't even need to be sports really at that point. But just to keep it simple for the purpose of this list, we're sticking to sports because I'm in a very sporty time in my life due to Le World Cup. Le Copa del Mundo. What is it? World Cup. I should know better. Copa del Mundo. So let's hop right on into the ideas. I'm Gabby and this is my channel, and I'm currently doing a daily craft challenge where I'm trying to craft every single day and post a video about it. And today is day 5. So I'm going to be making a little zine with little illustrations and stuff to go along with the ideas that I am providing to you, as well as just like actual photos of people who have crafted things similar to what I will be talking about. So the way I'm structuring this list is like top down. So starting for like head accessories and kind of moving down the body, you know? And for hats or things for your head, because obviously I'm wearing a little bandana here, which you can just go to the thrift store and get some scarves or bandanas of the colors of your team. But if you don't want to just be normal, you can always add little charms, make little holes with some grommets on the end of a bandana, and then add little charms that maybe say the name of your favorite player or maybe their number, or little beads of the color of the country that you're trying to represent. On top of that, I currently have a little purple hair clip here to keep it in place, but you could do a variety of colors to represent the team that you're rooting for. And in terms of hats, people have been adding charms to hats as well on the brims of hats. I feel like those look very, very cute, but there's so many other things you can add to a hat to make it stand out a little bit more. You can get a little chain to go across the hat for more charms. We're going a little charm crazy here. I'm sorry. But you could also do beads. And what people have also been doing with beads lately is they'll put it on a little safety pin. I've also seen a lot of people making little flags out of beads that they hang off of the safety pins. So then it like creates a pixel effect essentially. And I've seen people putting that all over themselves, not just on hats. They'll put it all over some pants or anything like that, but we're not at the pants part yet. And we're going to be moving down from just head accessories to other accessories like jewelry. So obviously charms again. Sorry to say it again. I feel like there's going to be a lot of adding charms to things on this list, but I promise when we get to the rest of the stuff, there'll be more than just charms. Also, it's a matter of trying to think outside of the box on what you can put charms on. So I feel like instead of having to buy brand new earrings that are of a specific color, if you already have some simple hoops, put some charms in that hoop. And then you got kind of new earrings. If you're wearing a hat, but you also want something here, but you maybe don't have a necklace, or it's just going to be hot and you want something sweat wicking, instead of putting the bandana on your hat, put it around your neck and you can put charms through there. Or you could even put rings, like, you know, finger rings through there and make it kind of like a bolo tie situation. And also if you go to the thrift store and get kind of like a random ring that doesn't mean anything to you, you could glue stuff to the ring to make it more fitting for the outfit. So something like an assortment of beads that match the colors of your team. You could make your flag out of like a little perler bead situation, put it there. If you don't want to do perler beads, then there's also like polymer clay, oven dry clay. You can make a clay little soccer ball, put that sucker right there. Bolo tie situation. There's options of what you can do, is all I'm saying. I feel like I'm not seeing enough people do things with sunglasses for these sporting events, especially because they're outside. You kind of need sunglasses anyways. And I feel like we should take a little bit from what I've seen on even like a lot of bachelorette trips and things like that. They get the little beads and they make it like bride and all that stuff. But do that for sports. And if you don't want to glue beads, I feel like painting or bedazzling some sunglasses would be absolutely killer. Just go get like a simple base sunglasses, pair of sunglasses at the thrift store. Very low stakes. Maybe get a couple just so you can mess up a little bit. And go to town. Make some cool sunglasses. Now to jersey manipulation, because I feel like the girlies have been popping off on what they've been doing to their jerseys for the World Cup. One very popular thing that I've been seeing is just shirring. So shirring, shirring, is a sewing technique where you sew a bunch of elastic threads in stripes essentially, and it pulls all of it together to make it fit you a little bit better. So you start with something much bigger, squeezes to you, but it's not really a squeeze. If you're a girl, you've definitely worn or seen things with shirring on it, even if you don't know it's called shirring. And even though shirring is definitely much easier with a sewing machine, you technically can do it by hand. So feel free to look that up and go to town. You mainly need a sewing needle, some thread, but definitely some elastic thread on top of that. And a jersey or shirt that's too big for you that you want to elasticize to yourself. Something else you can easily do with or without sewing is to make a jersey into a tube top. So obviously you can just sew it into a tube top, but there's also ways to cut jerseys into strings essentially that you can tie in the back to become a tube top, or you can opt for tying on the sides. There's a few different options there that I feel like are even sometimes a little bit cuter than the sewing option, because there's so much you can do with just a pair of scissors. People have been cutting necklines into boat necklines, off the shoulder situation, halter top situation. There's just so many ways to cut up a jersey to make it look way cuter. And if you add the element of like string or ribbon, ooh, you can get a little bit more creative with that. This would require probably a little bit of sewing. You could also probably do some fabric gluing as well. If you attach some ribbon or string to the sides of things and then kind of wrap string around you or something, then it kind of also can create a similar effect to like the shirring, but not quite. It's a little bit different, but still very cute. And even if you don't want to secure it down permanently, people often do safety pins in the back and kind of run string through the safety pins. Trim it up with some lace, make it really cutesy. There's even more intense wild routes that people go with the manipulation, make corsets out of it, all kinds of stuff, which I do want to try one day, but probably not this year. Maybe for the next World Cup, the Women's World Cup. Ooh. And even though I've seen a lot of cute options for if you already have a jersey, I've also seen a lot of cute options for kind of making your own jersey. Getting the base color shirt that, you know, is your preference. I would recommend thrifting it. And obviously you could either just buy some patches online that have like the character, not the character, the person, their person, not a character. The player's name on the back. You could easily just get normal patches, as well as just a patch of either soccer balls or of the flag or anything like that. But that option just doesn't quite have enough to it. I've personally loved a lot of the patchwork designs that I've seen where people have been making letter patches out of the right color fabric, but they're all of different patterns. And it just like adds just a cute little quaintness to it. I love a little like cottage core feeling to it. There's a lot of different ways to do a patchwork situation. There is iron-on paper that you can get to turn basically any fabric into an iron-on patch. But there's also a technique where you can kind of put a patchwork design underneath something and then you cut the letters out so then the patchwork shines out from underneath. I really like that. And those are just a few patchwork ideas that I really like. Another thing you can do also with scraps is getting like tubes of scraps to a degree, or like cutting them into strips and arranging them in some sort of design or letters, and then kind of hand stitching it down in that shape. And the 3D effect of that, I feel like is so cute. It's giving very bubble letter. Gotta love it. The other thing that gives bubble letter is people have been putting hot glue in whatever design or letters they want, and then they'll go over the top of it with embroidery thread. So it looks like the whole thing was embroidered with like a little bit of poof behind it. And I do want to really try that technique because everything I've seen of that technique looks very cute. My only fear would be like washing it later because hot glue, it gets hot and it turns back into glue. You know, that's my only fear there. But I suppose you could just wash on cold intentionally, but scary. Another thing I've seen people do is arranging buttons of correct colors, but like all different sizes and types, but in the design you want. So the one I saw was a Brazilian flag, and obviously in each section of color was a bunch of different buttons of the different colors of the flag. And it turned out really, really cool. Although I'm pretty sure it took a long time. And I think at first she was trying to hand stitch them all down initially, but then she realized that she needed to glue them all down and then hand stitch them, which I also did actually do on my recent bathing suit customization video that I put up recently. So go check that out if you want to make a bathing suit look really cute. All right, we're moving to the bottom half. If you're not wanting to wear a jersey up top, then people turn jerseys into little skirts, which does take definitely a little bit more sewing skill, but ooh, they're very cute. And there are options for you to do something similar if you do not have sewing skills. You could easily turn it into a little like shawl situation for your hip. Put it over a little pair of short jeans. Ooh. But if you don't want to cut up a jersey or anything like that, we're coming back to buttons, but this time buttons down the side of the leg in the colors of your team, obviously. I'm a sucker for buttons, so I'm a little bit biased towards the buttons, but also just straight up bedazzling. And you could bedazzle it in so many different fun ways. I feel like a lot of times people just straight up bedazzle like the whole thing down the whole pant leg, but I feel like you get a little more fun with clustering it in different areas and things like that, or just straight up bedazzling the flag. Personally, I would only do like half a flag or something, you know? I don't want it on the entire front, but also if you don't want to bedazzle, you just want to paint, that's also an option. If you really, really want to commit, bedazzle a player's character on your butt. Classic, very classic. Giving a little bit of juicy couture. I love it. And honestly, if you want to find some pants that are comfortable and also in fun colors that you could, you know, add some pizzazz to, go to thrift store and go into the nursing clothing section. The nurses have a lot of fun options of colors for their scrubs. There's so many scrubs at the thrift store every single time I go, so I don't think we're necessarily taking scrubs away from nurses or anything. On top of that, because it's for nurses, that shit is comfortable. So I highly recommend. Now to shoes, which I feel like are overlooked sometimes. I'm going to be adding a bunch of cute stuff to some flip-flops because I am a flip-flop girly, especially in the summertime right now. It is so hot and the dogs need to be out. And you can get some embroidery thread and you can do a technique to wrap a little flop of the flip. I don't really know. What is the sandal? No, the thong part of the flip-flop. Wrap it in thread and make it really, really cute. And then you can add little charms to it. You can sew little beads on. There's just some really cute ways to elevate a flip-flop. But if you're not a flip-flop person, you can also add charms to some normal shoes. And I feel like you don't only even want normal charms because obviously charms are easy, but also there are those little like things where people will put shoelaces through it. It's like, I don't know exactly what it's called. I mainly used to see them in the roller skating community, but I feel like I've been seeing it outside of the roller skating community a little bit more. And when you're like making them yourself, you can make them out of clay and stuff, but like it still sits in the shoelace, but it's like your shoelace is intertwined in it. I'm going to have photos up. They're very cute. And obviously changing the color of your laces is an option, but also I feel like adding a different type of ribbon in with it could make it look a little cuter too. So like adding some lace in or even doing like little bow ribbons on different sections on top of the shoelaces. So that's my semi-rapid fire list for you. So you can go and craft and be merry at your sporting event or sporting party or whatever. I'm going to be going to a World Cup party, a couple World Cup parties actually coming up. So I am going to be doing some of these crafts, especially throughout the next couple of days. I'm going to be posting about my crafts that I'm going to be making. So come back around. I'm posting all month long of all of the crafts I'm doing. They're not just sport related. Actually, majority of them are very, very much not sports related. So I hope you subscribe and stick around to see all of that. And I'll see ya on the next one. Bye-bye! This one singular piece of hair keeps going like this. My dang cowlick. Ah! Whoa! What was that? Oh, I didn't make it in. Oh, oh my. Oh my goodness. I did it upside down. Well, it is what it is. Sometimes we all make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. Maybe I should just now make it a part of it, you know? Embrace the mistake. Just proves you never know what's going to happen in the World Cup, you know? It's all full of surprises. Whoa. Maybe we do another one like this way, actually. Okay. We can make this a theme, okay?